Going on YouTube, my family and my friends. Excellent Dreams here, back with another exclusive video for you today. Mhm. Meeting on these chicken nuggets. I got give me. Mm, mm, mm. Send out the link. I just don't understand. This chicken is the bomb.com. Boom. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Here. Hold on. All right, all right. Because you came on as John. I was like, John. Oh, Cassandra Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure, I got.
Sorry about that. Just had to
That's all
chug
right.
on me some liquid. How's your day coming along so far?
It's fine. It's fine. You
And
know, we're an hour behind you.
okay. Oh, where are you located?
Memphis,
Hey, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. Uh-huh.
Now I go to Gatlinburg all the time. Y'all must be further south, right?
Yeah. Gatlinburg is probably uh about 7 hours from here. Six
Oh
and a half,
man.
7. Yeah. It's up in toward east. We're really toward east. I'm south,
Okay.
I guess.
It's only about 4 or 5 hours from me.
It is. What part? Where are you located?
Cincinnati, Ohio. So southwest
Oh,
Ohio.
okay. Okay. Yeah, I traveled through Ohio, went through Kentucky,
Yeah,
went to
right on the
Ohio.
borderline.
Yeah, you're right.
So question, have you played around with the software at all?
Yeah, I played around with it.
Okay.
And I don't know, I guess I keep getting that message that pops up in the software
Okay.
when I'm using it and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And then also, um, you know, I guess it pops up when I'm trying to add stones and do all that.
Right. Okay. Okay. So
So,
which way did you want to do it? Did you want me to share my screen with you, or did you want to share
yeah,
your
and I
screen with
want
me?
and let me tell you a little bit about what I do
Okay.
because I do DTF transfers, I do sublimation,
Okay.
I do all of this in my home city. Um, the the cuts with the crickets and all that, I really don't do, you know.
Okay.
And I have all the machines. I have a cricket, I have a US cutter, I have a silhouette Cameo 4. I have a brother scanning cut. Now I
Okay.
have all these cutters, but I haven't used them.
Okay.
And another thing I have my mica printer. So you know that my mica printer will cut and do HTV.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I haven't used the other stuff.
Okay.
So I'm not. So what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to either print something on that HTV or when I do the DTF, just place rhinestones on it.
Correct.
So I don't know which direction we should go. I do want to know how to probably upload the image in Coreldraw, which I know how to import it.
Okay.
But how do I design it around the sections of a print that I want to?
Okay.
rhinestone. I think that's where we probably need to start.
Okay, great. Um, what do you have the image? Could you show it to me? Or
No,
you can
I don't have any particular image, so you can just pull up an image. It doesn't matter.
okay,
I don't have anything necessarily in mind.
gotcha, gotcha. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen with you.
Okay.
All right. We're just gonna go to a basic Google. So pretty much this is where where I first initially started, you know, finding images to actually rhinestone. Um, so let's see here. Let's say we wanted to rhinestone a um, SVG Christmas tree.
So if I was to type something in Google, do I necessarily need to put SVG?
Yes, because
If I'm not, uh-huh.
SVG will give you these type of images that you're looking for to start with, which is scalable vector graphics. You can also type
Okay.
in Christmas tree vector.
Uh-huh.
We're looking for the straight lines and the vectorized image. That's what we're looking for to start with. As you get better, you can use images such as anything as far as a real Christmas tree, but then you're going to want to be able to print this Christmas tree and then add your stones where you want to add your stones.
Okay.
So one of them is using this image here to fill this image with stones and to use that as the rhinestone. And the other one is to actually, like you say, print this image or sublimate this image onto a shirt, and then you're adding stones on top of it in the areas that
Right.
that you would like the stones to go.
Yeah.
All right. Christmas so far away. Let's go 4th of July. We're gonna just type in SVG. Right, brings me up on images, of course. Like this was is a good one from freesvgfile.com. I'm gonna right click on this and we're gonna save this image. And I'm just gonna name it 4th of July. Save it. And after I save it, I'm gonna drag it into my Coreldraw. I was already working on something here. Go ahead and
Mhm.
open up a new window. And that way I can drag my 4th of July design in.
You know, I always have to import. I don't know why I can't drag anything in.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to minimize my screen. As you see, I
Mhm.
minimized it and then just dragged it right in and over from the downloads. What happens when you try it?
It just don't happen. The same way with Photoshop. I drag something in. I see everybody dragging everything in, and it just doesn't work for me. I just have to import it.
I get it. I'm going to resize it. So right here in the top left, that's the size of, if I
Mhm.
deselect anything, it shows me the size of my paper, the size of my
Right.
workspace. Once I click
Okay.
on the object, it is then convert to the size of the image. Right now, this image, because it's one whole image right now, it is 9.28 by 10.963. If we right click on this image and outline trace clip art, now we're going to convert it into our vector. We're going to hit OK. right click on the image again and ungroup all objects. So what I like to do is after each and every step, I like to click over here onto a white space. I like to click onto a white space to deselect everything and to also regather my thoughts. So I know I just ungrouped everything. But what I like to do with every image when I first start out is I like to go to my wireframe. The wireframe is going to show you what you're looking at. So of course we didn't typically there's a white box that would have been around it. You would have saw that white box. There was no white box. So that's a good thing. Let me go back to my enhanced view. And as you can see, if I click right here on this P, everything is ungrouped now. So this P is 1.499 by 2.224. Well, 2.24. All right. But you want to keep in mind that, okay, oh, I thought that the insides were still going to be there. So it was, let me double check. So it was a PNG graphic that we downloaded. So it didn't have a background. All right, so that's why there was no inside to this part. But if that was a JPEG image, then you know it would have been a box around it when you went to wireframe, and you would have had all the insides to essentially go in there and either delete or change to a different color. Follow me?
Yes, I got you.
Like these stars, if I would have clicked on them, there would have been a white star inside of each one. But because it was a JPEG image and it didn't have a background, everything is separate. That's cool. So what I like to do now is I like to group my colors together. So we have two colors of blues, but essentially if we only wanted one color, we can just click on this blue, hold shift, and click on all the other colors of blue that you want to be together. So I'm just clicking on every blue. After I do that, what I like to do is, let me open up my design wizard. I like to change the color to make sure I got everything that I needed. As you can see, I missed the top of the J here. With everything still selected, you can hold shift and add that blue. Click. Now,
okay, what about those little specks?
which space?
They look, well, wait a minute. Move, click your white space. Let's see if they still there after you add that other one. No, just the top of the July. I guess that's when you clicked on it. They come up. No, it was something at the end that kind of looked blue when you were clicking on it.
Okay, let's see here. Are you talking about the black dot?
No, it was just showing on my side, but you're going to click the top of that J?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what are you clicking over there? You clicking in the box over in the design wizard box that the middle of those three, is that what you're doing to click to group all? Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right. No, I did.
Group all colors. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not. What I did was I'm holding shift and clicking each color as I go. So I'm just holding shift and clicking each color as I go. I could have, you're right. I could have clicked this, selected all of the purple, and then hold shift again and get my blue. But I was just doing it the long way by holding shift and selecting each piece.
So if you hold shift and select each one, you don't have to go to the design wizard box.
Correct. So shift, when you're holding shift, it allows you to select multiple objects at the same time. So if you click on this one, if I click right there and hold shift and click on this red right here, now I have just those two pieces selected together. Or if I continue holding shift, now I got those, 5 pieces. So you can
I think
hold
that's what I've
shift
been doing.
and select multiple objects at the same time. So that's pretty much what I was doing.
I think that's what I've been doing. That's been wrong.
Cassandra,
I've been
you
trying
you
to change.
you'll receive a video recording of this session as well.
Okay.
So you'll be able to go back.
Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to group, select all colors. And I guess what I've been doing is going over to the design wizard
Yeah,
and clicking. But at the same time, I still wasn't getting all the colors. So I was selecting something wrong even by using that.
I got you. I got you. So what I like to do to make sure that I'm getting everything is, let's say I'm trying to get all of this purple, and instead of using the select all the same color, I'll go through there and I'll click on this 4. I'll hold shift and then I'll click
And then
on
click
this
the rest.
purple, continue holding shift and click on this purple, and then I'll change just those 3. Boom. So now I know if I hold shift and click on this purple, this, this, and this, and I change that to yellow, boom. Now I just got these last 2 pieces, which I'm gonna hold shift again, grab that last piece and that last piece, and then change that to yellow. Boom, I got it all, and then I'll change it all
Right.
back to purple.
Right.
So I like to go sometimes piece by piece, because when you're working with 1,000 objects on the screen, you may forget, like, okay, I was holding shift, but did I select this one or that one? You know what I mean? So
Right.
I like to change the color to give me a reference, and then I'll go back and forth. Now we
I
got
got
it
you.
all purple. We're going to just weld it all together. Boom. And I'm chronic at this, but it helps me step by step to remember my last step. I'll change the color again. Boom. Okay, I know I got it all together. It's all welded together. Then I'll deselect. Boom. So I like to work my way through each step to make sure I don't confuse myself on where I was just at. Because once you forget where you was at, then it's easy for the error to come up, because you may have skipped a step. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I'm gonna click right here on this red. I'm gonna select all of the red, and then I'm gonna change it to make sure I got it all. Okay, I got it all. I'm going to weld it all here. Boom, and then just change it back. So visually, I can see on the screen that I got all of the objects that I wanted, because I changed them a different color and I saw it happen. Then I just changed it back to the color I needed to. That helps me a lot with staying on track step by step. So now, what I like to do, this is very, very helpful. In your edit tab, we have what's called our nudge object here. I have my nudge object set on 15 always. And here's why. Because now I can click on the red and just nudge it over to the left. Boom. And it's there off to the side. If I wanted to work on just the blue by itself and see the blue by itself, but then I can just click on the red here and nudge it right back into place once I get done doing my edits over here.
Okay.
What I used to do was I used to drag it away so I can see, but then it's hard to drag it back into place, you know? You can control Z it back, but then what if you made errors over here? It's just gonna undo that last step. So that nudge
Right.
feature allows me to nudge it over, make
And
my edits over
work
here,
on that.
and nudge
Hmm.
it back over. All right.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna highlight the whole design, make sure that I want it to be 9.28 by 10.963. That's pretty good. That's a nice size for a t-shirt.
Right.
All right. I'll deselect everything again. And now I'm having a thought with myself. how do I want to do this? I already know, because based on my experience, that the stars in the middle of the 4 is going to make it complicated for rhinestones to totally fill the 4. You know what I mean? So me visually, I'm just going to get rid of those. I'm going to get rid of those by double clicking on the 4. And as you can see, all of these little nodes pop up here.
Right.
We're just going to go in there and highlight this row of stars. We're going to delete them. Boom. I'm going to highlight these, delete, and highlight this one. Boom. Now our 4 is free and clear. Let me click on my pick tool and deselect everything. So that's cool. Now I know when I go to fill my 4, it's going to fill in properly without those stars being in the way. I'm going to do the same thing with this, I guess the side of the 4, the 3-dimensional side of the 4. I'm going to double click, and upon looking at it, I just want to get rid of this node here. I like to do my nodes, especially on something like this. I like to do it one at a time, because as you see, when you delete the node, it changes the curve as you go along. All right, delete this one. Going to change the curve again. Delete this one. Boom. And that's the curve we're left with. But if we delete this curve, it's going to skew. Oh, that wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad.
Got it right. You made it perfect. I thought it was going to skew it all the way down here, but
yeah,
that one node being left right there it made it perfect. I'm just going to do the same thing over here. I like to do one node at a time. Right here, these two, if I delete them both, it should be perfect. See it crisscross like that. That's why I was like, do one node at a time. We do one node here. Boom. Now we can visually see, if we delete this node, boom, it's still crisscross, but it's easier to see which direction the node is going. So now we can just grab this node here and drag it back up here. Boom. And then drag this node all the way up, and we're going to straighten out that line. Boom. If you do too many nodes, then you don't know which node to bring up to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So one node at a time, and you'll do great. All right, that looks better to me. Now it looks like a 4-dimensional 4. I mean a 3-dimensional 4, and it fits the design. Now I want to click on this 4, even though all the blue is connected. Now let's go to our place and fill tab and see what it looks like with rhinestone. Oh, when it comes to rhinestones, I like to play around with the different options because each one is going to give you a different look. So let's start off first, setting it up properly, which it has to be inside. You want the add stones selected, and I rarely change my spacing or my fill line spacing. It's always at 0.02 or 0.14. Now, at times I do change those, but that's more intermediate because you'll want to understand, like, if you put it on 0.4, then it's going to give you more spacing. You put it on 0.01, it's going to give you less spacing, and you can't work with anything less than 0.2. With fill line spacing, if you go below 0.14, now they're too close on top of each other, and when you try to weed, the flock will just rip. So you can play around with those, but you want to go up, not down. So I like to go in increments of 2. So let's see here. I'm going to use this as an example because there will be times where right out the gate you'll want to, I think I need better spacing. So let's see here. If we hatch fill this, oh, so you know it's a 3-part step. Every fill is a 3-part step, right? Hatch fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Always those 3, regardless if you use a hatch fill, path fill, island fill, or offset. You always want to do those 3 steps in consecutive order. Your fill, clear the paths, and then merge overlapping. Okay. Some people forget that little simple step, you know, and that will definitely give you your errors when you try to proceed past that part. It's a lot of stones going in there. So as you can see, my computer is taking its time placing the stones in there, and that's going to happen, especially with an area as big as this one and filling it up with that many stones. Give it a second. My fans aren't too loud, are they?
No, I don't hear them.
Okay, cool. I got
I
a
hear
fan
mine.
like, huh?
I hear mine. I don't hear yours. Well, I hear my air conditioner, but I don't hear anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in this small office. My air conditioner is like right here. Then I got a desk fan on my desk that's on high, and it's right here. So okay, it's taking quite a time. Give it a second. Come on now. All right, there it is. That's a lot of stones. All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna change the color so we can see them. And right down here at the bottom, you can see that it's 6,816 objects. So 6,816 stones. That was a lot. Okay, so I noticed what I did. I'm gonna do it again, but we're gonna make this box a lot smaller than this. So that way it's not that many stones. So I definitely want to show you the difference, but not with that many stones. All right, let's make the box relatively. Boom. Now let's hatch fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stone. Boom. Great. And that's what it's set at 0.02 and the fill line spacing at 0.14.
Right. I got you.
Now, just gonna make a copy. Let's do the fill line spacing at 0.06 and then the fill line at 0.20 and then hatch fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stones. So now they're more spaced out, and depending on the design and how you want it to look, you'll save stones. You know, you might be able to do twice as many shirts using this technique on the right because they still look good, they're still spaced out, but you're only using 400 stones versus over here, you're using 714. So still filling the same area. But then you also have the option as well. Let's put it back on 0.02. Still have the option to hit this A right here for automatic. And then when you click on automatic for the fill line spacing, I feel like the automatic gives you a little too more spacing to work with, and the stones aren't as tight. 0.14
Right.
though, as you can see, it's going to give you the cleanest, fullest, tighter feel, but then you may not have 714 stones left, but you may have 652. Like, you know what I mean? So there'll be times where, you know, you might have only ordered 1,440 stones, and you're trying
Right.
to make a couple of shirts. And you're like, ooh, I can make it work if I use this option. So I just wanted to throw that out there because it definitely helps me when I'm putting together my designs and I'm trying to stay within the budget, you know, and trying to make things work for people. And also, it helps when you're trying to fill an object and you're trying to give it a certain look. You might just want to tinker around with the spacing and the fill line spacing until you get it to look how you want it to look. All right. Another thing, real quick, the contour. I normally leave it on 0.075. 0.075, but just like with the other two, you can change it just a little bit here and there and get a different result. So let me show you. Hatch fill, clear the pad, merge overlapping stones. Those stones are directly inside of the green box
Right.
by 0.075 inches. If I go 0.095, clear the pad, merge overlapping stones. Now, as you can see, they don't quite sit on the edge as close, but let me get rid of these outlines. So it's in just a little bit further.
The 9.5.
Huh?
The 9.5.
The 9.5. Yep, this is the 0.95 on the left, and this is the
Okay.
0.75 on the right. So 7.5 is the default, but sometimes I want them in there more because the outline may be thicker. You know, let me show you. Sometimes I even go in as far as to do a 0.1. Wait a minute. Yep, 0.15. Wait a minute, I messed that all up. 0.15 hatch field. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. So the higher you go with the contour, the more inside the object it
Inside the
be.
stone.
Yep. So I just wanted to point that out there because at times I've done a lot of rhinestone projects and the stones were just too close on the edge. And once you apply the heat to the vinyl and you lock in your outline and you go to lay in your stones, you will see that it tightened up just a little bit. So if it was already this tight, you know, stones end up falling on top of the vinyl, and depends on how well you press it. Some of them may come off in the wash if they're on that vinyl and not directly adhere to the shirt. So bringing them in just a little bit and give them just that more space for them to adhere to the fabric definitely helps. Right? Delete all that. Just wanted to show you all. Oh, wait a minute. But wait, there's more. So that's going up 0.15. Let's say you did want them on the outline. We'll go, the standard is 0.075. So let's go down to 0.06. And then when we hit our hatch fill, now, as you can see, let's clear the pad, merge overlapping stones.
They're a little bit over the edge. And
A little bit over the edge. And sometimes I like to take it as far as doing a 0.1 off the edge. That means I'm just really trying to cover this item, this object, because I'm gonna get rid of it anyway. I want the stones to cover completely what I wanted to cover because I'm not going to use any vinyl at all anyway. Boom. Gave it a complete coverage. So I had to point that out because over here, it's up for us to decide, is this going to be all rhinestones? Or do I want to give it an outline? Or do I want to do some of it in DTF or sublimation and the other half in rhinestone, you know? So we know for sure, I know for a fact I want this 4 to stick out. So I'm going to smart fill my 4. And I'm going to we're gonna leave it at 0.1 right now. Let's hatch fill it. Let's clear the path
merge overlapping.
and merge overlapping stones. What were you saying?
Did you click that 4 first?
Let me go back. What I actually did was on the left-hand panel, over here on the left-hand panel, all the way down at the bottom, there's a smart fill tool.
Okay.
This smart fill tool is sort of like a paint bucket because it allows you to fill in an object. So I just basically filled in that 4 with a paint bucket with a smart fill tool. I did that because if I didn't do that and I clicked on the 4, remember the 4 is connected to the July and
right
to the other hearts. I wanted just to fill the 4 by itself, so I smart filled it. Boom. That way, when I hit my hatch fill, it doesn't hatch fill of July and the rest of the blue. It only does that area I smart fill.
Okay.
Let's clear the path and merge the overlapping stone. Now, I can essentially get rid of my smart fill. I only use that smart fill so that I can add rhinestones just to that 4. Boom, like so. Now, see what I did was I grouped all the red together and grouped all the blue together. Now, as we're going down into rhinestone in design, my mind is like, I really think I want this happy separate from the 4. So now I'm gonna just smart fill it happy. Deselect our smart fill. And now I'm gonna select all of the same color and I'm gonna weld that together. So I essentially just made a copy of just the happy without copying the rest of the red on there. So now I'm going to click on this and we're going to hatch fill it just to see how it looks.
Okay.
Remember, I still got it on 0.1 because I want them to be on the edge. Let's clear the path and merge overlapping stones. Boom. That looks good. That's not bad. Let me do that again though. Remember, I told you I like to play with it. So let's see. That didn't look too bad to me, but let me see what happens if I didn't hatch fill it and I did an island fill. With one island, the contour, I'm gonna leave it the same. Clear the pad, merge overlapping stone. I like that way too. I like them both ways.
Was that patch fill? Which one did you use? Path fill?
Island fill.
Island fill. So island fill wouldn't fill the whole image up.
No, hatch fill fills the whole image up.
Okay.
Check this out though, because a lot of people they ask me this all of the time. I only use two fields. I only use a hatch field or island field. I rarely use the path field, and I never use the offset field. Here's why. Uh, Let me make a copy. So the path field, the first one, what it does is it fills the path, but then gets rid of the object. So if we did a path field, you click on it, you see the gray went
Right.
away. Let's clear the
Mhm.
path, merge overlapping stones. It took the vinyl part away and just gave us
Okay.
straight stone. Sometimes that can be great if that's what you're trying to do. 9 times out of 10, uh, as I've learned the hard way, it's best to save your vinyl parts. Because what if the customer calls back in a week or so and they was like, oh yeah, we like the rhinestone shirts, but can we get them redone and we want them in glitter this time? Now you got to go back and redo the whole design when all you got to do is save this part right here because that's your glitter part, you
Mhm.
know? That's the part that you would cut out in glitter. So if we island field that instead of a path field, it's going to fill the islands, but it's going to save our vinyl. So now we got rhinestones and we got our vinyl or sublimation or DTF to print.
Okay.
Down here, offset. I never understood offset. I was playing around with it the other day and was making some progress, but in 11 years that I've been using this software, every time I hit this offset button and I clear the path and merge overlapping stones, I mean it looks just like an island field to me. Like so I was like, or there sometimes it'll do it and then it'll skew it so it'll look like this. It'll be off. Like an offset, like you know. So I rarely use offset, but the one time I want to talk about it and try to say that it's not been helpful for me, it actually gave me a pretty good a pretty good
Yeah.
rhinestone design. But just play around with it. You know, I would say play around with all four. But remember, if you're going to use path fill, I would suggest to Control C, copy, and then Control V, paste. That way, when you do your path fill and clear the path and merge overlapping stones, you'll still get to keep your vinyl because you made a copy of the vinyl. It's right here.
Right.
All right. But I mainly use island fill and hatch fill because they produce the best results faster for me.
Okay.
Right. All right. See, look, there had to have been something that you were doing wrong because I haven't got the error message one time, you know?
Well, maybe I'm not clicking back into white before I do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is, but I keep getting that message pop up, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to call them because my software defective. And I said, no. I'm like, it's something I'm doing wrong.
It be the
And,
it be the minor things that we don't even
yeah,
think
because
of.
I see that when you do it, you click back into white, and I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, I always reset myself because when I was first starting it, so here's my background with the software. Um,
Mhm.
we're on Design Wizard 5.123. I started off on Design Wizard Volume 1.4. So it
Okay.
didn't the wizard didn't even look like this. Like it didn't even have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It didn't have 10 screens. It was just one screen and it was mainly just this type of screen. where it showed you your islands, your spacing, your field line spacing, and that. So as the Rhinestone Wizard upgraded the software, I was upgrading with it. So as the screens were changing, I was right there remembering what the last screen looked like and then adapting to the new screen. A lot of their training that they have online is showing the Rhinestone Wizard in whatever stage or whatever level it was in at that time, which doesn't correspond to someone going online in 2024 trying to follow along, you know?
Right. Now,
So,
would you always use uh, one as an island? Okay, one as the islands.
what'd you say?
On islands, will you always keep that set at one?
No. Good question.
Come on, come
Good.
on, come on, come on.
Great question.
You smell good.
I know. Hey, my girl keep
Yeah,
talking about getting her a puppy, and I'm like, oh, so cute, so
I
cute.
just been groomed. I just been groomed.
Look, just like a little baby, want some of that attention.
That's why I had two of them come in, but this one, the other one do the wine, and this one doesn't. Hey,
Right.
go on. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Okay. We're gonna choose a we're gonna work with a different happy. I'm gonna retype it. I'm gonna make this one sort of thicker.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. So with it on one, going to the
About to
inside,
go back to.
let's put it back on 0.075. We're just going to do an island field. One island to the inside. Clear the
Okay.
path, merge overlapping stone. That's just one. Now, if we go
Okay.
2 islands, if we crank it up to 2 islands, now it's just going to double up that island on the inside. But you got to remember, it's doubling it up from the inside and the other side. So it's going to look like it's 4 rows when it's actually 2. See, one,
Okay.
and then the 1, 2 here, and then that one. So, but
I
if we
got you.
go now, we know we can't go 3 because it's
Right.
already as full as possible.
But
But
you can do the spacing, can't you?
yes, yes, we can fix the spacing on that by simply um taking it off of 2, putting it on 0, and
Oh,
then do an island field. So now it's going to do an unlimited amount of islands all the way to the center. Now with the spacing on this one, that's just generative of the font. So the font, like you can fix this, but the only way to fix it is if you look right here,
mhm.
the way that the font was on this A, it goes in right here. Like it actually goes in. Let's bring out our ruler so we can see. Place a ruler right here.
Mhm.
Drag the ruler out again right here. Boom. So as you can see, let me make it, get it right on point. Boom. And over here, grab that ruler and drag it right on point. So as you can see, the A is skewed. The
Yeah,
top
I
part
see it.
don't match the bottom. So what I would do is I would probably
Perfect.
come
The master.
all the way up here.
You didn't see how much go. Okay.
I would probably come all the way up here and then click on this stone. Oh shit, wait, let's go all the way down. So let's delete these 2 as well. Click right here, hold shift, click this one. And then we go to the edit tab and do a fill between two. Let's
I was
shift
wondering where
clear the
that was
path.
at.
What'd you say?
I was wondering where that was at.
Yeah,
It's under the edit tab.
right. It should be on the place and field tab if you ask me.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's on the edit tab.
because I couldn't find it.
Yep, that fill between two. So what that did was it pretty much gave us a straighter line because the last one was jagged. And because it was
Right,
jagged, it made it look wonky.
right.
So I'll do a fill between two here.
That's the message I keep getting. Well, not that one, but
Yeah,
some
this is a
message.
different one. Out of
Yeah.
stack space. That's not really an error message to me because when I hit report this error to TRW, boom, it's not like what I was doing didn't work. So now I can
Mhm.
fill between two, shift, and clear the path. So now we just got to reconstruct our A based off of those two new lines that we put in there. And what I typically do is I'm so uh, OCD about this stuff that I'll just go in there and delete all of this because I want my stuff to be straight. I like it to be straight. So I'll just go in there and delete all of this. Boom. And then I'll do a fill between two. Boom. On them two. I'll do a fill between two on these down here. Boom. That's too tight. So let me take one back, shift and clear the path. So now we got two down here and two up here. I'm gonna do a fill between two on this one. Shift and clear the path. And a fill between two on this one. Shift and clear the path.
Okay, that looks nice.
So basically all I did was decided which
Delete it.
line I was gonna use as my base and then filtered across from there. Now, of course, the right side is tighter than the left side. So let's see if we can accomplish the same thing. Fill between two. That's not bad. That's not bad because they're not touching. So let's go in there and delete all of this out of here. And we already know it's gonna work. If the top line is, I'm okay with that, you know. They're close, but they're not too close.
Right.
And it's only that one line. If the whole design was all that close, then trying to weed it, you would rip it. But a line here or a line there where the stones are that close, you're just gonna rip right past that, and that's gonna come out perfect. You don't want that tire design this tight. Matter of fact, we can. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it later. Like I was gonna delete all of this and do a fill between two on the whole line, but then
Yeah.
that's going to skew these two right here from matching. You know what I'm saying? You following along?
Yeah, I'm following along.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure I ain't losing you.
No, I'm kind of familiar. Not
Gotcha.
that much, but I'm not lost.
So I'm just gonna delete all of these. The more and more that I use the software, I've come to the realization that it's quicker and faster for me to delete stones that don't look right and just fix the whole row versus trying to um, do something like this where you're like, ooh, I gotta fix that row. And now I'm clicking this one, holding shift and clicking all the way down this line right here, trying to get it straight. Like that's a lot more work to me than just deleting everything. Boom, boom, and using my field line spacing. I mean, between two.
Yeah,
That's
between two.
tight. Take one
And
back, shift and clear the path. Now I could have, as I was learning, as I was getting better, I would do it like this. Boom, fill between two, take one away, go to the next line, fill
do that
between
the same
two.
way
Huh?
and just keep doing that all the way up.
You keep doing that all the way up. I did that.
But
I
that
was
took a
there.
lot of time. That
I
took a
was
lot of time.
I was I was there. As I start learning quicker ways to move along with my workflow, it
Uh,
dawned on me like, if I did this top row, did the bottom row, and then fill between this way, then I get
right.
all the rows in between in one swoop. It didn't dawn on me until
How long it took you to figure that
uh months.
out? Now, what about the line above? See where the spacing? Can't
Yeah,
you delete? Can't you delete? No, not that line, the one
this
above. Can't you delete the ones in the middle and take the two and do fill between?
yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm gonna do it for
Okay.
I'm gonna do it for this line and this line because as you can see, the space is
Mm-hmm.
wider over here. So
Okay.
if I do it across, now it's gonna equal space that whole line and make it look better. Boom.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah. Now everything looks. I'm gonna
Looks
take one
good.
away. Boom. Shift and clear the path. Now everything looks copacetic. That A
Right.
looks a
Now that looks
lot
nice.
better than that A.
Right.
Even though when I first got started, you gotta realize
Trial and
I was,
error.
huh?
That's a trial and error.
Yeah, when I first got started, this A worked for me. This whole happy worked for me, and I was
It
cutting it
did.
out. You know, it looked at, oh my God, I got rhinestones on. I'm about to put this on a shirt. You know what I mean? I
Uh,
didn't, I didn't see the little imperfections. Maybe I might have fixed like this Y right here, but I might have
uh,
just drug that stone right there,
just drug that
got
down.
rid of that one, did an equal space on this line, and sent it to the cutter because I was so
Yeah,
happy and so
I think that's how I was working in silhouette.
yeah.
Like my shoe look good to me.
Look good to me. Let's roll. Like, you know what I mean? I'm ready to see it on the shirt, you know? But
Yeah, but now that we got that right there, it makes it look a whole lot better.
yeah. But then here's what would happen after
Mhm.
after doing so many designs, and then you get to the part to where it's on the board and you brushing in the stones, and then you realize, oh man, I could have did this better. Like, you know what I mean? It don't look as it looked good when I was like that looks look, let me show you. Watch this. Let's let's mock this up on a shirt, like boom.
What did you click? Just mock up.
Yep, there it is. We're gonna make this shirt
Mhm.
black.
Make it black. It's gonna look good.
We're gonna highlight all the stones and simulate the stones. We're gonna add a little bling to it. You can't tell me that that don't look good for a beginner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was running names left and right. You know what I mean? Oh, you want a name shirt with you want a rhinestone shirt with your name on it? Like $35, $45. Type their name out. However the stones fell in there, I was happy with that. Like, you know what I mean? Because when you look at it, you can't see the imperfections.
It look nice.
But when you
Look
come
nice.
back here and see how much better I made that A look, then I mean
Yeah.
to each his own. Some people gonna wash their car, dry it, and then wax it. And then some people gonna be
Right.
okay with just rinsing that motherfucker off. You know what I mean?
Keep going.
Yeah. Like so That's why I tell people all the time, don't get discouraged at whatever level you are. Just play with it every day as if it was something you trying to learn. You know what I mean? If you're playing the piano, you're not gonna go into Picasso on day one. But if you start off with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and start adding in day by day, you're gonna get a lot better. But here's another thing. I tell people, don't be afraid to jump in here one day. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know, but I want to do something. And we're going to do something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And you'd be like, what do I want to do with it? Okay, let me deselect. Think about it for. I know I don't like that font, right? You know what I'm saying? So you're going to jump into changing the font. Hmm, that'll look good for DTF, but not for rhinestones. Let me keep going. And you're talking to yourself, well, I know I am. What do I want to? Oh, that'll look good in rhinestones. Okay, we're gonna roll with that. Something, and I'll be like, out of nothing. You're gonna love this because these are like little practice, little things that I do with myself as I'm learning. Like,
Mhm.
boom, something out of nothing. Ray said deselect the white area. Boom. All right. What do I want to do with this? I don't know, but I know they need to be straight. So I'm gonna highlight them. I'm gonna press C to center them. Boom. That's not bad.
Oh, what did you do to center? Just
C.
highlight all of it and press C.
Press the letter C. Now, if you
Okay.
highlight all of them and press the letter P, it moves everything to the center of the page.
Okay.
Let me Control Z back. This one could be over here. This one can be over here. This one can be over there. If I highlight all three and press C, they go to the center.
Okay.
Okay. I'm building. So now I'm like, in my mind, I need a heart. So I'm gonna go right here to basic shapes, right under the polygon tool. And up here at the top of under basic shapes, you're like, here's a smiley face. There's a octagon. We got lightning bolt in here. Here go a heart.
Okay.
Grab the heart, and we're gonna make us a heart. Of course, let's make it red. Boom. So what I'm do now is I got my mojo. So in my mind, where I'm going with this, we're gonna make this bigger, and we're gonna send it to the back. And I want to bring this heart down because I'm gonna put I love. Boom. I'm gonna hold shift, click on something. I'm gonna press C to center it. Grab this and drag it up just a little bit more so I can put one more word in there and put making. Boom. Highlight it all and press C. Now bring my heart up just a little bit. Boom. Probably make it a little bit bigger. Boom. Probably drop it down. Drop it up just a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. And I actually probably want this text to be skinnier. So I'm going to highlight the text and I'm going to bring in the edges like so. And I'm just being cynical right now, but I want the top of the heart to cover the inside of that O. So I just drug it up just a little bit. Boom. I love making something out of nothing. Right? So now I'm like, it'll be live if just the heart was rhinestones and the text showed through. Thinking outside the box on a black shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm thinking the text needs to be all the way inside the heart. So let me drag it up. Boom. And I'm gonna just weld this text together. Because I know I want the text welded. So we got our heart and we got text, right?
Okay.
Let's click on our text, hold shift, click on our heart, and let trim the text through the heart. Boom. Now we have a heart that looks like this.
Let me see it. Okay, and you know what I've been practicing with that doggone knockout button. Wouldn't that be something like knockout?
Yeah, yeah. It's the same as knockout on oh, you've been trying it from over here in the
Yeah, and plus they got two places. They got it right there, and I think they got it under magic.
yeah. All right. So in the next couple of weeks, I've never used this magic tab right here.
Mhm.
It was great in
But I like
two.
the trim.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, for sure.
That,
It
that,
was
that's simple.
see, they tried to simplify it and make it a one button, but as they were
Uh-huh.
going along from versions 2, 3, and 4, it started getting more complicated to what these actually do, when to use them, and why. So I just basically used the original way that I learned back in like 2.4, which was
Mhm.
using this trim tool. Cut out a portion of an object by using the shape of
Right,
another object.
right,
So now, if we took and edit and nudge that text over, we
right.
click on the heart, go to place and fill, and make sure our settings are set up how we want them to for rhinestones, and do a
Okay.
hatch fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stones.
Well, they haven't come up yet. Would you
Yeah,
do that after they come up? Right.
right,
Clear the
right.
path. Okay.
Here we go. Clear the path, merge
Merge.
overlapping stone. Now, if we're putting this on a black shirt,
Okay.
9 times out of 10, we wouldn't even need that black over here
Mhm.
unless we wanted the text to be another color, unless we wanted the text to be glitter, vinyl, glow in the
Yeah, I
dark,
got you. I
reflective.
got you.
Boom.
Okay.
Now I'm going to mock it up. That's a lot of stones. That's
Ooh,
2,972 stones. Boom.
SS10, huh?
SS10. Make the shirt a little bigger. We know there's stones in there. Let's select them
Mhm.
all, make them pink. I like to go ahead and simulate them right there and group them together.
What you grouping together? The markup and the
The actual
markup and the
rhinestones.
rest. Oh, okay.
That way, when I can change them all at one color at one time without keep going back over here selecting all of the same size and color.
Okay.
Let's change it to pink. Make the shirt black, and we no longer need the red heart. All right, so it looks good, but
How did you take that red heart off?
I sent it to the back.
Oh, okay.
I learned over time to never delete nothing because
Okay.
um, you're going to have repeat customers who's going to love your work but won't this shirt in a different style. Ooh, girl, I just seen they came out with that new puff. Can you do my logo and puff? And you
Mhm.
like already did her logo in rhinestones, like you know what I mean, but you deleted the vinyl part, like you know what I mean. So now you got to go
Right.
back and do it over. I don't delete anything. I keep it all for reference. Let me go in here. I'm gonna change these. So the one thing we need to do to make it look right is we got to go in there and fill in the spots that the
Right.
rhinestones
I saw
didn't.
that.
Like I would. Oh, ooh, you know the way to fix that? Let's try it like this. Remember, we just went over it. The way we
Right.
can fix that is let's go 0.01 on the edge. Let's go on the edge and see if that looks better. 0.01. Oh, boom. Click on it. Hatch fill. So now it should overlap the edges of the text. But since we're not using the text anyway, we're trying to make the text out of rhinestones. Having them closer on the edge should give us that look that we're looking for.
So we're making the text rhinestone. Let me see. I thought it was leaving
We
the
making the
text
Yeah, we making the heart
open.
rhinestone and leaving the text out.
Okay. Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
See, but then there was areas it still did it even though we got it closer. Like right
Did you
be
merge it? Did you merge the overlapping yet?
Yes, I did. Um
Okay.
when you look at the rhinestone wizard, as you can see down here,
Mhm.
there's this bar right here. As you can see it going left to right, this blue bar.
Right.
That lets you know that it's still working, it's still in progress.
Okay.
Remember, we're dealing with over 2,000 rhinestones here. So
Right.
ever you're dealing with a lot of rhinestones like this. Uh, I got 16 gigabytes of RAM on my computer, and it's still taking that fast, that long.
I think I got 30. I mean, I got 32 on this one, I think.
Boom. All right, let's see. I'm gonna just change the heart white. Get rid of that outline. That's not bad.
Mm.
We can read it. You know, there's some areas where we can add a few more stones to make it
Right.
to make it whole, but that's not bad for me. Let me see. Make it black, push it to the back, push that to the back. That's not bad.
It's not.
And that was just using the trim feature through any object, you
Right.
know? That didn't even have to be a heart. That could have just been a square. But then you
Well,
gotta realize,
can you reverse it? Put the words and have a picture going through the words. That's what I was basically trying to do because I was
yeah,
trying to take an ego
yeah,
mascot
yeah, for
and
sure, for
put the
sure. So let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, gather my thoughts here.
heart through the words.
Let's save this.
Okay.
Something out of nothing. Let's go here. Okay, that was the other one we were working with. Let's Control F, save that. Happy 4th of July. Got to do 2024 to make it official. Name one of your favorite artists?
Well, I don't have one.
You don't have one?
Mine would be so old they dead.
That's cool.
Well, I would say like, let's say Prince.
All right, all right, all right. Now for this, we can just type in Prince art. Um,
What about that sad face?
which one?
Go up to the top. I didn't know about right there in between, right there.
This one?
Yeah. They look like it's simple.
And we can definitely. Oh, that's an embroidery. You see it?
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's cool though. Let's go back. But since you're doing, oh, there it is again. Hold on, let's see here.
What about that purple one? So,
Here go, good one. See it?
oh, okay.
Click on it. Let's right click on it and save image as. Hopefully we can get it. There it is. I like to name it.
That's a JPEG image. So you go into outline.
You got it. Drag it in, right click.
Outline and ungroup.
Yeah.
Outline, trace, and then do all that. Okay.
Cool.
So you use clip art all the time.
Every image, unless it's an SVG image. If it's an SVG image, it's already in vector format, so it won't even give you the
You
option.
won't even have to outline.
Right.
I found that out. I was in there trying to outline a SVG image.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I doing wrong?
It wouldn't let you.
It wouldn't let me. But I
Okay.
tell you what, I have another program, that's the US Cutter
Yeah.
program, the Banner Master.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when I don't want to do it, I just take it in there and vectorize it.
Right.
I just take it in there and vectorize it and be through. That way I won't have to, I think it's already ungrouped when I put it in there. I think that's what I've been finding out.
Yeah. See what I found out is each cutter comes with its own cutting software.
Right.
Some cutting software also allows you to design in that cutting software. While other cutting softwares are just that. It is cutting software that allows your computer to talk to your cutter.
Do you use VanaMaster?
No, I use
with the US Cutter printer?
With the US Cutter, I use Great Cut 4.
I tell you what, that VanaMaster, now they have the cheap version, but I got the most expensive version. You put it in there and it's just one click of a button, vectorize.
Right. I bet.
I'm talking about one click. Like I can put Prince in there. I just hit vectorize.
Right.
And it's just gonna vectorize it. That's it.
And it's gonna be ready to be cut.
Right.
Right. So like with this. No, go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, but that's what I found out when I kept putting it in once I do it, I would bring it up in this program. And I kept wondering what I was doing wrong. It was already
ready. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a bad program. I paid for it and hadn't used it. I'm like, okay, so I can probably skip some of these steps.
Yes. So check this out.
Mm-hmm. Now
we go to our wireframe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I always, right after I vectorize it, I like to go to my wireframe. Now, if we're cutting this out in vinyl, that's a lot of picking.
It is.
A lot of little tiny little pieces to pick.
Yeah.
But, so what I would do is, I would start going there and ungroup all objects.
Right.
And start deleting right away what I don't need. like all of this white area, every area that's white. I'm gonna click on white right here. I'm gonna select all of the same color. Let me change the color so I can see what I'm deleting. Okay, and I think I want to delete that. I click back over to Corel and delete it. I'm gonna select all of my black.
You change the color though to black instead of doing all the deleting.
Huh?
Can you change the color to black instead of doing all the deleted?
Yes.
You know,
But
you know what I'm saying? That
yeah,
might save some time.
yeah, but then watch this.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but it's ear gone and everything now though.
Oh shoot.
So that's why I like to do it step by step. That way I get the pieces that like that would have been great right here if I just did just to there and
Right
turned
there.
all that black.
Right.
That's not bad,
But
you
it
know?
looked like it still got the cut areas. Right.
Yeah,
Isn't
it
that
do.
still the cut?
It do. But then you can
Uh-huh.
select it all. I'm gonna
And weld it.
I'm gonna nudge it over so we can see it.
Uh-huh.
Now we gotta get this piece, get all of that, nudge that over, boom. And now I can highlight all of this and then combine it all together and then weld it.
Okay. So why wouldn't you weld it first?
Because
Didn't it do the same thing?
no, watch what happens. Weld all this together first. See, I skewed it all through here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it looked better the other way.
Like I've learned over time that combining first and then welding. See, when I combine it, boom, it smooths it all out,
Yeah, I got you.
and then I can go in there and weld it.
Now let me ask you this. Can you just delete all that yellow and gray to the other side and just work with that image?
Say it again.
Can you just delete all the yellow and gray? See on your pad.
Yes,
Can't you just delete all that and then just work with what you got?
correct. So I could definitely go in there and delete
That way
all
you
of
won't
this.
have to change all that to.
Right. And here, look, you can make it even better because you can highlight this and then we can bitmap it, convert to a bitmap,
Mhm.
and then right click, outline trace, and do it again. And now it's even, now you only got two colors to work with versus those 5, 6, 7, or 8.
Right.
So I like doing it this way sometimes too, just to get rid, like even all of these little black specks down here. That may look good if we're doing a paint effect, but if not, let's ungroup all objects. Now we can just go in there and get all of that. Boom, boom. Get all of the little dots right out the image. Delete that one right there. I think he did have
Yeah,
that on his
he
face.
did have that.
Boom. So now we got our prints. And that, wait a minute. So you gotta remember, we ungrouped it. So now let's select all of our black. I'm gonna change the color. Okay. Right click, combine, and then weld.
Well, okay.
We almost ready to go. Because now all we gotta do is go to our text tool, type in prints. And let's find a text. Let's see here. Oh, that one ain't bad.
It sure is.
What I like about this one is, let's go ahead and weld it. We liked it already, but now we can go on there and just smart fill
So
the
did you
inside.
weld it?
We can make this into a 3-color design.
Uh-huh. Did you weld the prince with his picture, or you just weld the words together?
I welded the text so that it's no longer text.
I got you.
I'm gonna go in there now, select this gray, select all of the same color. And let's just change it to yellow. We're gonna right click, combine and weld. I like combining and welding versus just welding. Trust me, it works a lot better. Now we're gonna do it one more time. We're gonna go in there and get the inside. Boom, select all of the same color. We're gonna change this to red and weld it. Well, right click,
Okay, so
combine
once
and
you
weld.
clicked it,
Huh?
once you clicked the same colors, you went over to the side.
Okay, yep. Once I click,
Yeah, I saw.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I didn't just go over to the side. I click back into Coreldraw. Let me show you.
Right.
There's a certain where to click. Okay, let me go back because you gotta see this. I do not want you to be confused. Okay, so I I smart filled them all.
Mm-hmm.
Now I click on one and I click right here to select all of the same color. Boom.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Um, yeah, I can change the color right here. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
But I want to click back into Coreldraw by clicking up here in this area. Not on the workspace, but up here
Okay,
in this,
wait a minute. In the little bar area.
anywhere in the area that's above the workspace. So
Okay.
anywhere above the ruler.
Okay.
So you see right now, Coreldraw is grayed out up here in the top left-hand corner.
Mm-hmm.
When I click right here, now it's green. When I click over here to the design wizard, I'm no longer on Coreldraw. You see it go gray again?
Right.
And then when I want to get back to Coreldraw, I click here in Coreldraw or anywhere. So Coreldraw is the main program, but the Rhinestone Wizard is a plugin. So anytime you may select anything over here in the wizard, sure enough, you can change the color. You can fill between two. But at any given moment, let me show you. You're gonna love this. Place and fill, hatch fill, clear the pad, merge overlapping stone. Say I want to select all of these red stones here. I'm gonna click on them. I'm gonna select them all over here. Now, if I wanted to delete them, I'm pressing delete. I'm pressing delete. They're not deleting. They're not deleting because our last action, our last button that we pushed was to select all of the red stones over here in the design wizard. So we click back over here in the workspace. We're just going to deselect those red stones and we can't delete them now because they're no longer selected.
Mm-hmm.
So when I select them all, see the last, all right, let me do it again. Click on one, select them all of the same color and same size. I got them selected. I see the box around them, but I want to delete them and they're not deleting. They're not deleting because they are selected inside of Coreldraw, but we are still activated on the Rhinestone Wizard.
I got you.
So
I got
if you click back over here to wake Coreldraw back up, now it's woke over here. It's back green. If I hit delete, I can delete them all.
okay.
Oh man, it took me months. It took me months. You hear me? Like, oh my God, why isn't it deleting? I need to delete all of these stones. And you know what I did? I went in there and started deleting them one by one by one until they were all done. And then it finally dawned on me one day that, okay, I need to click back over and then I can delete. Once I figured that out, there was a lot. I had a lot of epiphanies just learning and using myself and along throughout the years as I was picking up on things and learning different things. I'm like, I think I can help others, you know, and everything in life happens for a reason. I've had this business since 2011 and I didn't go full time with it until COVID hit and took my job away. You know what I mean? COVID hit, took my job away. I was making $30 an hour as a brand ambassador for Philip Morris Tobacco Company, and I was like, man,
Uh-huh.
how am I going to supplement that income and be able to maintain a lifestyle? So I don't know. The Most High talked to me one day, and he was like, I gave you all the skills, the tools, the knowledge. I put you through so many customer service jobs to give you the skills to be able to work with people. What you gonna do about it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I was sitting there. It was probably days after days after days of sitting in one spot, mortified that I no longer had a job. And I was like, I'm about to help people. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't say I was about to sell rhinestone templates. I didn't say I was about to sell rhinestone shirts. I said, I'm going to listen to what the Most High told me, and I am about to start helping people. And that's what I did. Like, you know what I mean? I started helping people in areas that I was struggling when I first got started. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I've had, it ain't been easy, you know what I mean? Like, but uh based off of that and listening to that guidance, my bills have been paid, you know what I mean? And I've been able
That's
to
good.
wake up doing something that I love every day. So I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful to help and being able to teach others as well. So we got our prints. Now just looking at it, and with
Mhm.
experience, I can see that the line right here on this end is kind of thin for a rhinestone. Everything else is good, but like maybe the line right here on this E. But I don't know
Right, I
until,
see it.
yeah, let's click on it. Let's take it off the contour. Let's bring it in 0.075. And let's
Mhm.
just see. Island fill, look, error, object
That's the
variable.
message I've been getting.
Okay. What,
That's
what you
let me make sure
That's
because I
it.
took a
That's it.
picture of
I
that
know that. I
message.
know that's it. And I'm gonna tell you why you've been getting it. I want you to figure it out. I want you to figure it out because it's right.
Wait a minute.
It's right in front of our face. I know what I did wrong. It's something we missing.
I did I'm like, well, they doing something wrong. I kept reporting it. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, object variable. That's what I got.
It's something we missing, and you
That's
pointed
it.
it out earlier.
Uh, I did.
You want a hint?
Yeah.
We are already on the page. It has to do with how we have our place and field set up. We're missing something.
It's how we have our place and field set up.
Yep.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Should we take it off of that auto?
Nope. It's so simple. You're gonna be like, oh, all of this time. Look at it
Let
carefully
me
from top to bottom, left to right. All right, think about it. We are trying to fill this end up with rhinestones, right?
Is it too narrow?
Huh?
Is it too narrow?
No, it's right here.
Oh
We
yeah, I mean I know that. You talking about put the one in there?
Yes, because all right, so because we have it on 0 islands, right? 0 islands is unlimited islands. You know what I'm saying? That end cannot even fit
Right, but I
one.
would have it on. I
Yeah,
would have it on one and still would get the message.
right, right. One will work. See,
Let's see.
one will get stones in there, but I already knew that the sides of the end were too thin to get stones in there.
Right.
But let's put it back on 0 again for the C, and let's try it again. There's the error again. So when it's on 0
Right.
and the area is too small to even fit one row, you're going to always get that error. If it's on if it's let me see, if we got 3 islands and we know that it can't even fit one island and we do an island field, we're going to get an error every time. So it's best to keep it on 1, because if it's on 0 or if it's on 2 or 3 or 4 and the space that you're trying to fill cannot even fit one island, the computer is going to say, what you mean put 4 islands in there? One island can't even fit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we leave it on 1, it's always going to try to squeeze in as much as it can just using one island. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. If we got it on 0, 0 is infinite islands. So if it can barely fit one, as we can see over here, it barely got that. If we try to island fill it on 0, it's going to say, I don't know what you're talking about, player. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't
Yeah.
do that. Like, you know
I
what I mean?
got you.
So most of the time when you get this error right here, take a second. Trust me, it may seem like a puzzle at first, but woosah. When Martin came up with that word powerful. Woosah it out for a second, like, hold on. I know it's something I'm missing. And just go through here, left and right. Make sure that I'm trying to put them on the inside. The inside is checked. Make sure that the add stones is checked. Like, you know what I mean? If it's not, you're
Right.
gonna get lines instead of circles. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Make sure, like, sometimes you might look at it and be like, you you were going somewhere when you said, is it the auto, the field line spacing? Sometimes that may give you an error because the area you're trying to fill 1.4 is too tight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
And
got
you
you.
may need to go to automatic, you know? And then you want to make sure that your contour is right. Whenever you get that error, it's somewhere in however you set up for the rhinestones to fill. If the area is
Well, I
too
tell you what,
small, huh?
they shouldn't put that message up there because I've been reporting it.
Yeah, yeah. And we're gonna report it all day long. That only helps the software developers to try to figure out a
Uh-huh.
workaround so that it never happens. But it's all in how we set it up. We trying to tell the software something that it don't even understand because we didn't give it the proper commands. You know, we
Yeah,
cannot
okay.
fit 4 lines of rhinestones in this eye
Yeah, I
right
know.
here. You know what I mean? We cannot fit 0. Let's see. These 0 won't fit,
It just won't fit.
but if we click up here where the area is a lot larger, and then we hit uh island field, it's going to go infinite, trying to fill this item up. It's working. It's working. It's doing its
Okay.
thing. Going around it, filling up as many islands as it can inside the prince's space. And come on, come on. Yeah, remember, I'm running Coreldraw, I'm running Zoom, and I got my screen record going on. I got, there we go. Let's
Okay.
shift, let's clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Now with something like this that has that many curves in it,
What color did you choose? Black.
what'd you say?
What color did you choose for that stone?
Blue.
Okay.
This blue right here. See, and that's not bad, but I wouldn't use that. I would use a
It's
hatch
not.
fill. Because the
Thought
hatch
that's
fill is
what we
gonna give
used,
us the
hatched.
cleaner look. What'd you say?
I thought we used hatched. You used Allen.
I use island, yep. I use island because I wanted to show you how it goes back and forth until it fills up the space. If the space is too small for it to go
Uh-huh.
back and forth, it's gonna ding you every time.
Okay.
Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Now that's a
Oh yeah,
lot cleaner look.
that's a lot cleaner. Even went around the ear.
Yep. And remember, I was showing you with the contour. This would be one of the ones where I'll just take the contour all the way down to 0.1 and just have the stones come all the way on the edge. That way, it's a more fuller design or a more fuller style. So I thought this prince right here was going to be cute. It's not.
Look like a
It'd have been
circus
cute.
type print.
Yep, it would have been cute if we were using foil, reflective, any type of vinyl. But if we're trying to go with stones, we just want a thicker font. So let's go uppercase. That's not bad. And even on this one, using a title case, that's not bad. I like the cursive, so let's stick with this.
Okay.
That's me personally. I like the cursive. It gives it a more classier look, but it's just a little more work. But that's what we're here to do. We're not here to one click everything and make it easy. Like, you know what I mean? Even though that, if that was the case, everybody would be doing rhinestones and it wouldn't be a specialty, you know? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
If everything was one click and it didn't have somewhat of a learning curve to it, then it wouldn't be no competition because we'll all be able to just two button click it and make our own shirts. Like, you know what I mean? In the future, it may be like that, but right now, we capitalize off of building our businesses around doing something that other people cannot do right off the top. I love it. I love it. There's so many people out there that can easily run to Walmart, Michaels, and go buy a Cricut cutter. They can
Yeah.
easily jump online, join the Cricut community, and get cut files and immediately start making cute little shirts. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if they want to do rhinestones, they have to
And
learn
that's
the
what I'm trying
process.
to do differently because people are now coming out with DTF shirts when
Yeah,
I was DTF shirts 3 years ago.
right, right.
So now they finally coming out. And then I said, well, I want to do something different with them.
Yeah, step the game up so where they
I
can't
said,
compete.
right. I said, I want to do something different with them.
And this is the way, this is perfectly the way to do it. Ooh. All right, let me see here. All right. All right, this is gonna get a little fancy, but I want to see something because you do DTF,
Right.
right? I'm gonna Control C, Control V, make a copy of that prints, and we're gonna nudge him off to the side. What I want to do is I want that symbol right there. I want that symbol in vinyl. You know, I want that symbol in if we're gonna do his face in rhinestones, that's cool. You can see the
Well,
symbol, that's
actually, I
okay.
like the way you got stones there,
Yeah,
rather than doing his face,
I
because you got
love it.
basically his hair.
I love it too. But think about it. You're trying to be
Mhm.
different. We want
Okay.
two. We want DTF and rhinestones. Like you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want that Prince symbol to be in purple like it is, but right here we only got half of it, right? Because the top of it is cut off. So what I can do is I'm gonna draw a rectangle around that area. I'm gonna push it to the back like so, and I'm gonna change it black. All right. We see the Prince symbol right there. What I'm going to do now, this is a little intermediate, but I want to show you if you think about it, you can do it once you know what the tools are. So right here in my mind, we need a circle.
Right.
Boom. We're going to grab our eclipse tool and I'm going to hold control so that I make a perfect circle. Boom. I'm going to change that circle to pink. I'm going to push it to the back. I'm going to click on the black and push the black behind the pink. So now we got our circle. I'm going to move my circle in where I think it should go. Boom. And it need to be a little smaller. Boom. Bring it down just a hair. Boom. That's that piece. Now the other piece, we're going to use our 3-point curve tool. We're going to close it up right here and curve this line in like so. Boom. I'm going to right click on it to make it yellow so I can see it. We need another curve
Yeah.
right here. So I'm going to click back on my curve tool. I'm going to draw my line from side to side and then curve it right here.
Mhm.
Boom. I'm going to right click on it so I can see it. And then we know we need another one right
Another.
here. So
Okay.
click back on my 3-point curve. That doesn't even have to be a curve. I can go to a 2-point line now
Mhm.
and start right here and go to here, let go, and I'm gonna right click so I can see the line. Now, upon just looking at it, I have this closed in, that closed in. I have everywhere closed in where it could possibly escape. Now I'm a smart fillet. Boom. And actually, let's get rid of this pink. And let's go and let's do another curve, a 3-point curve from here to this side. Let's curve it up like this.
Gotta get that perfect circle though.
Right. But what I'm gonna do is though, watch this. I'm gonna click it, I'm gonna right click it so I can see it, and then I can double click on it here, add in a node, that way I can add in another node, add in a node right here, so that way I can just give it somewhat of a curve, and then play with the nodes and boom, make it perfect. Well, it ain't perfect, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, we're gonna fill it. Once I fill it, boom, select all of the same color and weld it together. Now I can go in there and fine tune it by getting rid of that, fixing this node, where's that? Here?
Mhm.
Boom, boom. And I'll probably grab all of this, these two, and probably bring them in just a hair. Uh-oh. Like so. Now I just gonna need to get rid of those lines that I made. So there's one right there. I know there was another one on this side. There was one right here. Boom, and one
It's
right here.
one right up in there, yeah.
So now I can nudge this over. Boom. Make that purple. Now we could have got a lot closer with our rhinestones, but I just want to show you that.
But if it's going to be on top of something, you really don't have to,
Exactly. So check
because
this
it would
out.
be okay to see through it.
So check this out. Say
Mhm,
you cut out purple vinyl
mhm.
and oh look, that was the rest of the stuff that we didn't delete. Remember?
Yeah,
All right. I'm just gonna change the color of the shirt. Go in there and select
I'm
this
like,
one white.
how do you know how can you tell when you don't delete it?
Um, see right here. As soon as I did my mock-up,
Mhm.
I saw it there. But let me
Yeah,
go
but I'm
back.
talking about before
See,
you do
right here.
the marker. Yeah,
We got to go to our wireframe, and when we go to our
okay.
wireframe, that we couldn't see it
Wireframe,
because
you'll
it was
see it
white.
all.
You see, all of
Right.
this over here, that's white. We couldn't even see that. So I wouldn't have never saw it, because it's totally invisible.
But with the wireframe, you can see it and delete it from the wireframe.
Yes, but then you might go to wireframe, and unless you know what you're looking at, you might think, oh, that's just his hair design right here. Like, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't think that.
Right.
That look
Got to
like
visually
a
see it.
right.
But when we did our mock-up, it was as soon as the mop-up popped up, since the shade of the shirt is a different shade, I saw it then. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's what helped me remember, okay, we forgot to delete all that other stuff. But we didn't see it because it was white. So I'm gonna just change the color of the shirt over here and then just select that white, select all of that white and just delete it. Versus going back and trying to do the mock-up again, I'll just save time real quick and just delete it here. I'm gonna change all of this to one color, change the shirt to black, get rid of the gold. Now, of course, we would have had to highlight the very detailed areas. Like this is what I do, especially when I'm working with faces like this. I go in there and I get every little detail in stone. But I know I'm getting rid of this gold piece anyway, but I need to see where his nose curves at. So this is the part where I will go in there and now I'm placing a stone one by one by pressing the space bar. Because I'm gonna go back in there and equal space it. But now I'm pretty much drawing with rhinestones, and you can see I'm making his lip. I'm gonna connect his lip over here. I'll probably finish off his eye. Just visually placing the rhinestones where I feel like they should go now because I know I'm going to delete the yellow area. Yep, that looks good.
Looks better.
So sometimes you won't be able to complete the entire design with out thinking outside the box and being, okay, I'm just gonna use rhinestones anyway. Let me use this as a guide. And because I already know that the rhinestone program is not gonna fill up these small, tiny lines, I need to go in there and do it by hand. So we just do it by hand, sort of like how it is in silhouette, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what do you save that as in order to cut it on your cutter
Excuse me.
when you finish that?
What do I save it as?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that totally depends upon the cutter that you have. So if you have a
The U.S.
US
cutter.
cutter like I do,
Mm-hmm.
all I do is I'll come to my template tab and I'll cut out my rhinestone template. Vinyl overcut stone 2+ cut. There it is. And all I
Vinyl
do is
overcut.
uh,
Oh, I see it. What tab are you on?
I'm on the template tab.
Mm-hmm. So you don't save your designs, you just leave it open on your computer when you cut it.
Oh no, I save everything. But when I get to this page right here, I copy this part. I copy just the stones. Control C. And then I open up my great cutting software,
Okay, and then you just put it in there.
and then I just place it in here. And then I
And so,
decide which whether I'm cutting it horizontally or vertically. And then I can send it straight to my cutter output, and then my cutter will start cutting.
mhm. So if you was doing silhouette, what would you do?
You were doing silhouette, you would dun 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 dun. I would open up a whole nother page. I would take all of these rhinestones. I would control C. Well, let me control G. Control G groups them together. Control C copy. Take it to page 2. And paste. Now right click and ungroup them since I grouped them all together. On this page, I would want to highlight the design and write down my size dimensions. So instead of writing them down, I typically will type them right in 8.501 times 11.152. 11.152 inches, and I will save it. I would save it only for my reference. Because now I'm going to copy. Well, not copy. I'm not going to copy. My apologies. I'm going to save this image, all of the dots, as an SVG file. And then you upload that SVG image into your silhouette and make sure that it's size 8.501 by 11.152, and then it's ready to cut.
I hope my US cutter printer sound like it's less work
It's
because
yeah, it's a
yeah,
lot less work.
yeah, it sounds like it's a lot less work because all I have to do is do what you did. Go
Copy
down
and
there with
paste.
the template. Yeah, copy and paste and then go stone 2+ cut
Yep,
or
yep.
whatever. So it's kind of nice to know both ways, but it sounds like I got a 34-inch laser point 3 US cutter.
Yeah, because you gotta realize silhouette was designed to cut silhouette files. And
Mhm.
it was designed to cut SVG files as well. But if you're designing in Coreldraw, you have to first save your circles as an SVG file, then drag it into Silhouette
Yeah.
in order for Silhouette to cut it.
Right.
Yeah, so I've never done it the other way around because I'm so used to dragging it directly out of Coreldraw, directly into my cutting software and cutting directly from there.
Right.
I learned the other way just so that I can help people cut my files out on their machine.
Right. I got you. Because I was looking, I'm like, well, that's simple. Let me see about the other. And that's much simpler.
Yes, yes, yes. Like this one. Oh, come on. They all together. So right click, ungroup all objects. This one wasn't coming out bad. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one, and I can't throw it on my Etsy, even though I wish I could. I be leery about what I put on my Etsy nowadays. They done already
I
gave
know.
me, they done already gave me 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 strikes, and I was playing it safe. You never know what they may flag, so I try to keep celebrities off of there. I try to put the trendy general
Yeah.
stuff on Etsy,
Yeah.
and I'll place all of this type of stuff. It's always going to be available for purchase, but I'll place this in my rhinestone group or on my Facebook page and let people decide if they want to get it, and then they'll just inbox me directly, and then I'll send them the files. But trying to put it
Right.
on Etsy, you risk the risk of having
That,
your shop banned, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this shouldn't even fall into copyright. Like, you know what I mean? The man is passed away already. Who, like, you know what I mean? Unless his family is sending cease and desist. No, you can't be a fan and make fan shirts. Like, you know what I mean? There's something Etsy just irks my nerve about, you know. But hey, what are we gonna do about it except continue to make great
yeah.
files? So what I would do with this is I would DTF the purple part, lay the purple part down as a DTF, press it in, and then go in with the rhinestone template on top. And it's going to come out.
But what about if you print the whole image?
Oh, you can do that too. Then you got to realize, uh, all right, I'm going to regather my thoughts. All right, here we go. Got it. Think about it. Let's do it now on a mock-up. Watch this. Now, this is where you, uh-oh, and we add all of this stuff. Let's delete that. Forgot about that. Think about it, though. We're DTFing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way the image is set up with no outline, right? If we're DTFing a white shirt and the Prince part is black, and then we're putting black rhinestones on it, yeah, that may work. But any other color shirt, let's say the shirt is purple. Let's say he is black. We DTF'd him black, all black. See where I'm going with it? What color stones will we put on that all black to where it will look right? White?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But if
Yeah.
there's no DTF, boom, it doesn't. Well, I still need to fix the so that
Yeah,
we
I
can
got
see
you.
the rest of the image. But without any DTF, the stones will shine more because they're on that regular shirt.
I got you.
But Here we go again. If it's a lighter color shirt, boom. And push to the back. Then you DTF'd it black and put black stones on top. Then it works. See? So it's all about color coordination, and like that'll be perfect with white glitter for the symbol and for the prints, and then the rest of it is all black rhinestones with that black layer of underbase to it. It works perfectly. But when you start getting into the darker color shirts, that works, you know?
Yeah, that worked.
Doing it that way works. But it has to be, if you're going to use DTF, you want to put the same color stone on top of that ink. That way, it just makes it richer. If we did it the other way around, white with all white stones, and then this part was purple. Now we lose the image altogether because it's abstract. Like, you know what I mean? He look like a old white man that's cool in a nursing home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even really tell it's Prince outside of knowing the symbol because it's abstract. So color plays a big part in what our eyes may perceive. Black line, black underlay, all black stones, it's gonna pop, regardless what color it's on. It could be black on black. You know what I mean? It's still gonna pop because we got that dark, rich black up under black. And I just went with even blacker stones so that we can see it even more. Boom. And I'll probably go in there and boom. So that's why I love this software. It allows me to, one, put it on a mock-up, visually see it, and then I'm able to tell the customer, don't do that. White shirt. People do this all the time. White, they want the white shirt, and then they want black stone. White shirt. Not bad, not bad, but if we had that black layer, underlayer under it, then it pops.
It makes it pop.
Yeah, you can't do black stones on top of white without that underlayer. It's going to be washed out. You're not going to be able to see the image. Play around with it. Like, it's almost like we're back to the drawing board, and if teacher said yellow and green make blue, we trying to put that yellow and green together to actually see if it make blue. Like, you know what I mean? And we were always astonished every time it happened. Like, you know what I
mean? Right.
Same way we putting together shirts. The mock-up.
Yeah, that looks good. And I like that mock-up. Is it only shirts in that mock-up, or is it anything else under mock-up?
Oh man. So inside of the mock-up, you got women's shirts, and they got, you know, the burnout, the dry fit, the long sleeve, the scoop neck, the tank top, the V-neck. But then they also have TRW. So in TRW, you got a car decal, a cotton keychain front. You got a drawstring bag. There go the bag right there. You got a headband, a koozie, and a tote bag. What else they got here? For men's, of course, they only got the t-shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve. For boys and girls, they got the same thing. Youth front, youth back. For girls, youth front, youth back. And then for infant, they have the onesie front and onesie back.
Okay.
But you can go in there and add your own products by let me see here. Where is it at? Where is it at? Hold on. Oh, here you go. Mock-up wizard. Right here up under the templates.
Yeah.
Okay, they got mock-up one product, order form. Hold on. Oh, okay, so that's, you see I got this little pen icon right here. There used to be a pen icon here so that you can add your own product, but I'll need a refresher course on that. I haven't added my own products in years, but you can add your own products. And typically what I do without going there is I'll go to Google and let's say I'm trying to do a water bottle. We just type in water bottle mock-up. Let's type in blank because we don't want any words on it. There go a blank one right there. We're doing it like everything else. Oh, boy, there we go. Save image as. Boom. And we'll just name it water bottle. And what I like to do is I like to just go ahead and make sure it doesn't have any background on it. So I'll drop it and remove BG because it's so fast and so lightning quick and efficient. Boom. And then download it and drop it right into my project. You said you wanted a Prince water bottle. Boom. Boom. There it is. Mock-ups made easy. You can just grab pretty much whatever you're trying to mock up and drop it into your software and then just place your text and images directly over it and you have it. It's all about simply knowing how to do it. You know what I mean? So it can be, you can go out there and grab a Tesla supercar and drag it in and put prints on the side of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How, how you feeling, Cassandra?
Oh, I'm feeling good about it. Help me understand it more because, like I said, I've been playing around with it, but some stuff had me confused, which was the knockout. So I know now I'm gonna go and try the other that you said. Uh, and then the merge between two, I never could find that.
Right,
So
right,
I know where that is now. So I feel a whole lot comfortable. I may come back and come to you later on again if I want to try to cut pieces of vinyl. But with these doggone machines I got, the thing $16,000.
right,
It's gonna print the HTV vinyl. It's gonna print all that. So I just don't really think I right now need to know it because I don't feel like I'll be cutting no more than the template for the rhinestone.
right. I got you.
But
I got you.
but I got a daughter here that needs to get into something, and I got all those machines. So I may come back and learn it for her so that I can show her how to do that. And I think I know some of it anyway, but you know, but now as far as what I need, I think this should get it. And then, like you said put the same color rhinestones on top of the same to make it pop.
Yes.
If I want to do it that way, that's the only thing I was like, huh?
Yeah.
But I got you on that when you said put black on black, or if it's blue, put blue on blue,
Put blue on
whatever.
blue.
Just put
Yeah.
the same color to make it pop more.
Matter of fact,
And,
here's a good example. I got on a sublimation shirt.
mm-hmm.
Of course,
And you
I
put
got
that,
yellow on top of green, but it complements it. You know what I mean?
but it complements it. Right,
I got my
right,
clear rhinestones on top of the black area on this one, but that's where I wanted the his headpiece to actually shine. If it would
right.
have
I
been,
got you.
if I would have put black on those areas, it wouldn't have popped as hard as I wanted to. So
Yeah.
it's it's trial and error. But as long
Mhm.
as you throw it inside the mock-up creator is gonna let you know, like, I know those white stones don't look good on that red, especially when that red is sitting on that purple like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then let me ask you this. I saw a picture of, and I know they had to have done it in this software, because you have a lot of people that say, well, can you rhinestone a picture of me?
Yeah,
And I'm like, it had to been done in this software because I know ain't nobody doing that in Silhouette.
yeah,
Like I got Silhouette, I got Surecuts a lot because you can do little rhinestoning in both of those.
right.
But I was like, I bet you it was in this software because that seemed as if it would be complicated.
Yeah. See here. See? That's what I was
Mhm.
working on when we first started, you know? But you have to first.
Is that an actual picture of somebody?
Yeah, here you go, right here. Look, it was an actual picture of somebody, but I had to take it and I had to
And vectorize it.
cartoonize it. I had to turn it to a cartoon. I had to make sure that the eyes looked it right. Like, you know what I mean? Let me see. Hold on.
Mhm.
Here's the actual image of that lady. Hold on. Let me see here. Now, this is something that I've been working on here. There she go.
That's actual. Oh, that's in the tune, but I'm talking about her actual picture.
Yeah, hold on. Drag that one in for now. But the picture was boom.
I just don't want to have to buy no more rhinestone software. I'm like, this better be able to do whatever.
There it is.
Oh yeah,
Let me
yeah.
download that so I can drag it in. So basically, boom.
Mhm.
I think I did pretty good, even though
Yeah, you did pretty good.
she looks like a younger version. But
Yeah, I got for the say she look kind of younger on there, but that's
the
her.
people, the people that know her, once they see the rhinestone version image of her, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, okay, I see her." Like, you know what I mean? That
Right,
dude looked like, what was her name? That dude looked like Ernestine. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
I, I did it again over here with Richard Pryor. So when it comes to the mock-up, especially if I planned on sublimating the brown, then putting brown stones on top of the brown for his skin. But even if you took that away and the shirt was black, he still pop out, you know?
Right,
So
right,
that was a character image of Richard Pryor that I found on Pinterest.
right.
So I vectorized it, separated all the colors, made sure all the lines were smooth, and then stoned his face, and that was it, and his hand.
Mhm.
So that's why I've been working on a lot lately. But you got to first convert the image into a vector graphic, and that
Right.
can be challenging depending on how crispy the image is or not.
You're right. And then you didn't, because you don't have that with your US Cutter software, do you?
I don't have what?
You don't have that with your US Cutter program, do you?
No, I do all of this in Coreldraw. Or they got an AI app on my phone called Cart. They got a lot of them out there. Just type in turn picture to cartoon app. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think all that, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can do all that in Photoshop too.
Yeah. But then I'm so OCD. I'm not. I'm trying to get as good as I can with Coreldraw without having to use Coreldraw, Photoshop,
Yeah,
Illustrator.
I got
But
you.
yeah, so I cheat by using the apps to do the stuff that I don't want to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah, I
cartoon
got you.
part, they what hold on, what's the app called? Let me see here. Pixar. Pixar does it.
I got Pixar.
Yeah, it's another one called AI cartoon or something. Download the image, put it in the app, and then it's gonna do it for you automatically. Drag it out of your phone into CorelDRAW, vectorize it, and you 80% of the way there. You know what I mean? Versus back in the past, you used to actually have to take the tool and hand trace around it.
Yeah, sure did. But I think I can uh, you know, practice and remember some of this that you told me. The main thing was, being able to, because half the time when I was trying to stone the image, that message kept trying to come up. It just kept
Yep.
trying, it just kept coming up, kept coming up, kept coming up.
Hopefully you never
Until
see that message again. And if you do
yeah,
see it, woosah for a second and be like, hold on, my information got to be wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know it was something I was doing wrong, but I kept reporting it too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they should fix it to where you don't get that all the time.
It's not an easy fix though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just can't, that part right there, that's part of the one, that's part of the system to say, hold on, you're doing something wrong. And
Mhm.
there's not an easy fix for it. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm glad I was able to walk you through and show you, like, okay, you're gonna get an error message every time you do this. Error message every time you do this. Step back a
They were
second,
coming.
look at it, and be like, okay, I see. I got a 0 right there, and it's supposed to be a 1. Or why do I got a 4
Mhm.
right there, knowing I can't fit 4 rows in there? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to try it and I'll try to post in the group as I try it. Because I don't do much posting because I be working locally. I be working my tail off locally and it had me
I get it.
tied down. It had me tied down because I don't know how long I've been in your group. I thought I've been in your group a long time. I don't know how long, but you
I'll
know, I
I'll
be
be able to let
printing.
you know once I go back in the group.
Yeah,
So
because I be printing banners and printing that big machine I got prints everything.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, banners and everything. So I be busy. And I'm not as busy with DTF. I am locally, but not, sending out
Yeah,
because it's like it's a train. Everybody that jumped on, which
yeah,
they turning Epsons into DTF and all this and that. But so I'm not as busy. And I said, well, I'm gonna get back in it, but I'm gonna come back with a different way of doing it.
yeah.
So hopefully this will help. Hopefully this will help. I have the software. Haven't been looking at it much, but I'm going to really get into it. And go back. I'm gonna get into it and try to see what I can come up with in here, and then I'm gonna post. then
Sure.
I post and let you see. I don't have a rhinestone vendor. I see you have a young lady in your group, but I was wondering if they were good rhinestones.
Oh, Tanya,
Yeah.
yeah, you just gotta try her out. Like, that's one of my students. She's taking a few courses with me, and I made her an administrator a few months ago because she's very helpful in the group. And from what
Okay.
I can ascertain, her prices are pretty reasonable. But
Okay.
you got to remember, there's people in that group too that they're in China, they're in Hong Kong, and if you can communicate effectively with them, you're going to get the stones at the rock bottom price. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you can, but you know what? By the time they charge you shipping,
Okay, so you've been down that road
oh, I've been
before.
down that road because I do sublimation. I was selling blanks. You know, I got blanks here. I was selling tumblers. I was selling pillowcases, selling everything you can name. And like I said, I've been at this a long time. So when I was doing it, let's say I got $1,400 worth of stuff. Shipping may have been 100 and some $200.
Yes,
Now, if you get $60 worth of stuff, shipping $60.
yes, yes,
See what I'm
yes.
saying?
Yeah, the
So
game done changed.
the more people jump on them folks in China see a racket. Okay, then I'm gonna tell them shipping is this, which it doesn't cost that much to
Yeah,
ship it. I mean, I was ordering $1,400 worth of stuff at a time, and how am I paying 200? I mean, 200 and some dollars shipping when I can't even get $80 worth of stuff
yeah,
for. So see, and that's why I told one girl, I said, everybody needs to boycott China. I said, because if you boycott it, then they're gonna take them prices back where they
yeah,
should. Boxes of tumblers, we was getting them coming over here. The tumblers was coming with the $1,400 worth of stuff.
yeah,
That's a box of 100 tumblers. So now when you get 25 tumblers from China, you still should have $100 shipping costs.
yeah,
So I got plenty here that I don't have to send over there. And if I do, I see where they opening warehouses up in the United States. So I'm fine. I'm not going back overseas anymore. So
yeah,
I may try for some rhinestones, but it's the shipping. So by the time you pay it, you best off getting it here.
yeah. Last time I ordered rhinestones, was about $700 in rhinestones, and the shipping was $400. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
But 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 to each his own. The $1,200 with $1,100 all together, I still ended up getting a little more than double. But then you're right. I'm waiting 6 weeks too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
I'm
right,
waiting
right.
6 weeks, getting a little more than I would normally get if I would have got it from a US seller. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To each
So
his own. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
To
you have to kind of
some
think
people,
about it.
that 20% is a big difference to them, and they're willing to wait. Like, you know what I mean? So I present the
Right,
option.
$700 and $400 shipping, and you like, you know,
Yeah.
if they had charged me 100 and something to ship it, that would have been fine.
Mhm.
$400 to ship that over here, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. But I'm getting 11,000 rhinestones versus 19,000 rhinestones. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting the
Right.
extra 8,000 rhinestones for the same price, even though shipping was a lot more. And I waited 5 extra weeks, but I got a $8,000, 8,000 more stones. Like, to some people,
Right.
that's a lot. Like, you know what I mean? To
Yeah.
other people, they're like, man, I'm gonna eat that up and just shipping out the product to my customer. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Right. And then you figure out if I'm gonna do $400 worth of shipping, then there's $400 you spend with somebody over here. And you're gonna end up with more rhinestones anyway. So it's like, you know, if you got 500 gross here, 500 gross there, it may be cheaper. But when you add the shipping in, you can spend that, and I don't know. So, and then you can get it sooner. So I have to think about it because I haven't had rhinestone shipped. Like I said, I've only had blank shipped.
Right.
So I probably have to have it done one time so I can kind of compare, do
Some
some
people,
comparison.
some women
Because
wear Crocs, some women wear Uggs. If you put them side by side, to me, I couldn't tell you which one is which. Like, you know what I
no,
mean?
that's
Like,
right. And I got on Crocs right now versus paying all that, you know. Then by the time you got some people that stone them. Once you stone them, you can't tell what they are. So you
yeah,
get the cheapest you can find.
yeah. So,
So
I,
it's just
hey,
crazy.
I was one of those kids in school. I was like,
Uh,
yeah, I wanted some Jordans, but if my mama got me Air Max, I was okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
right,
Like, I don't care that y'all got the newest Jordans out. I got the freshest Air Max, and next
right,
week they're not gonna be outdated when a new pair come out. Like, you know what I mean? So
right. So
I
you
was
just
able
have
to
to,
stand on those values that other people were like, ah, yeah, those shoes old because they came out last week. No, they're not. Like
right,
your shoe about to
right.
get replaced in 2 weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you just have to pick your battles. You have to pick your battles.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try some of this and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try some of this. Like I said, if I decide to cut, which I probably will show my daughter something about cutting, then I'll come back and do the cutting class with you. Or I may have to put her tail on to do the cutting class. She
Okay.
won't want to cut. She won't want to cut vinyl. I don't care to cut it. You know, I've done it once before. Just a name. That's all I've done, a name. And then I cut that thing off. But I appreciate it. I'm not gonna hold you. She didn't get my dog some medicine. She got a wound. And I told her to get their medicine. They have a 3 month flea and tick pill that they take. It
Hmm.
keeps them off of them for 90 days.
Yeah.
And she walked out and didn't do it. And I got to get back there before they close so that I could buy that medicine for them. But I appreciate your time. I just saw that. I think I put in last week. I was interested. You mentioned something about a class. And I typed interested under there and I never did hear a reply. So
Yeah.
when you put it out there this morning, I said, let me type this again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I typed
Last
it under the
last
wrong
week I
thing.
wasn't thinking. It was my girlfriend mom's anniversary, and it was Father's Day last weekend. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, uh as bad as I wanted to do it, I had too much stuff on my plate to even try to correspond with anybody. Like, so
Yeah.
uh my apologies on that, but I do this every weekend unless something comes up, unless I go out of town or
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Because I saw it this morning when it popped up. I just put it under the wrong. I put it under the wrong.
Post,
When I
yeah.
put it rested under that Fred Sanford image, I was like, I was intending to put it under. I had just read it and went under comment, and I just commented under the wrong section. So I got you this time, and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go in there and practice with this later on this evening. I'm gonna practice with it and just make sure I. The main thing is getting those rhinestones set in the same place, in the right place,
Right.
lining them up. So I think that feel between two is gonna really is what I was looking for.
Oh yeah, that's the game
Yeah,
changer.
yeah, because that is going to line it up, and then combining like colors.
Yeah.
That's going to help. So I'll do that. And how long will it take you to send the video?
Well, we were on here for about 2 hours, so
I
it
mean, I
has
don't
to
need it to.
render, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yep,
I
it
said
has.
I can deal without it today if necessary. I just was wondering.
Well, I say it's gonna take roughly about 2 hours for it to render, and then I'll upload it to YouTube and send you the link.
Okay, because I was fixing to say I don't really need it. I don't think today.
Now,
But then that way I can, because I'm gonna practice today, and then if I need to go back and look at it and kind of get some things in order, then I'll do that.
right, I try to get it to people the day of because tomorrow's a new day. More
Yeah.
training is coming tomorrow, and I don't want to miss anybody. So soon as
Oh,
we get done, it's gonna start rendering. Soon as I return back to my desk, I'll put it up. I'll send you the link, and it'll be ready.
okay. Thank you.
And thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thanks once
All right.
again, Cassandra.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, sweetheart.